I found out early on that the Lord really can bless you in all the different aspects of your life. I often go back to a scripture that I really like in Alma 34, verses 20 through 27, where he's pleading with the people and asking them to plead unto the Lord and to pray in all the different aspects of their lives. And so I've tried to sort of liken this unto my own situation as a university professor. I try to liken my fields to my classrooms, my flocks to my students, and the crops of my fields to my research projects. I remember being a new assistant professor here at BYU and loving my students and being excited about the classroom, but also being somewhat nervous about publishing my research. And I remember going to the temple and crying unto the Lord over my research projects and asking for inspiration and help to know how to be successful in that important aspect of my job. And so in the summer of 2001, I was attending the annual meetings for the American Accounting Association, and I remember sitting in the audience listening to this presenter, and I was really having a hard time staying awake. I was kind of dozing off, and it was almost as if the Spirit kind of slapped me and said, "You gotta listen." And so I woke up and started paying attention, and I didn't even really know much about the topic that the person was presenting on. As I listened to the topic and I listened to the discussion in the room, I just felt very strongly, this is something I need to pay attention to, this is something I should look into. And so as I came back to BYU, I started reading newspaper articles, other papers that had been presented. It was a very new area. I applied for a grant related to this particular topic, and I was able to get funding and to get an army of students to get together and help me to gather the data. And within just a few months, we had collected the largest data set anywhere on this particular topic, and we ran our statistical analyses, wrote the paper in about a month, submitted it to one of the top tier journals in our field, and it was accepted for a presentation in their conference, which was coming up very soon. That one experience, not only did it get me a publication in a top tier journal that I needed desperately to get tenure here at BYU, but it started a stream of research for me which has lasted for about 15 years. President Henry B. Eyring was here visiting BYU, and he spoke to the new faculty. And one of the things that he talked about was that BYU would not be known for the success of the faculty and for the research of the faculty, but that BYU would be known for the success of our students. And that's clearly what I saw in this experience. So many of our students became involved basically collecting data, but then they became involved in the research themselves and have gone on to become very successful in their own careers. So I learned personally that on an afternoon where I was very tired sitting in a research conference, that the Lord was able to bless me with a prompting that really changed the direction of my career, my research, and the work that I've been able to do with students over the past 15 years.